So I lied whenever I said that I was not going to be making another video for at least a week because I'm going to a business meeting, all that, yada yada. Well, it turns out I actually have an extra day on my schedule before I have to go to the business meeting, and early this morning my dear friend Jade got into contact with me and said that she wanted to learn how to contour. Well, the thing is, I don't really know how to contour that well. I know the basics of it. Well, at that point, I did. But now I'm a genius. But anyway, at the point that she got into contact with me, I had no idea what I was doing. So I studied up as much as I could. And now I'm going to be posting contouring. I'm going to go through kind of the products, the basic products and stuff that you will need. These are products that you're going to want to get if you have the same problem that I do. Now I know that this is going to come as a shock to probably everybody on the planet, but I'm really pale. Like, that's probably a shade lighter than what I am. And I really hate that I just used toilet paper as a reference to how pale I was. So if you're pale like me, these are the steps that you'll want to go by. If you have darker skin than I do, which is probable, just follow the steps, but go much darker. Okay, as far as the list goes of things that you'll need for proper contouring, I'm just going to go down the line. First thing you're going to need is a BB cream. That's just something I found at Walmart. A concealer, you're going to need a foundation, you're going to need a powder, or 2 powders if you're like me, concealer brush that looks like that, you need a foundation brush that looks like that, you're going to need a miniature concealer brush, fluffy brush, and you're going to need a powder brush. You're going to need some blush and some bronzer, highlighter, and then you're going to top it off with some finishing powder. So there seriously is nothing on my face right now other than some poorly shaped eyebrows and this really bad hair. But when do I not talk about how bad my hair is? Whatever. So the first step of what we're going to do, we're going to take our BB cream. So if you have any spots or discoloration or acne or anything, instead of a BB cream, you can get a CC cream. And really the only difference is the CC cream will have color correction in it to help you cover the blemishes or any dark spots that you have. So just go over it like lotion on your face. The best part about the BB cream or the CC cream is you can use it as a primer. So you stick that directly on your face and it's going to help you to keep the rest of your makeup from falling off because we're going to be doing a lot of hard work. After we've applied the BB cream or the CC cream, take your little fluffy brush, go in with a bronzer. I'm using a really light bronzer. Feel free to use a darker one if your skin tone is much darker than mine. We're going to go with the bronzer directly in the hollows of our cheeks, directly under the apple of our cheek, just that little bone area, and just make little direct lines right there, directly under your lip, on the sides of your nose, and on the corners of your forehead, maybe in the temples if you want to, basically anywhere that a shadow will hit, and that's just going to shade the areas, make our face look more chiseled. Notice how the bronzer is darker right here than it is on your actual cheeks. That's because the sun really misses right here, so that's just going to make you look more sunk in instead of just such a square face. So make it darker here and then gradually go lighter until about right here. For your nose, the reason that you put it on the outside of your nose, both there and there, and a little bit in the little corner of your eye, is to make your nose more narrow. Now right here, under your lip, a lot of people don't believe it, but I do because I have experienced the effects of it. You put it right there, it makes your lips look a little fuller. Now right here, I didn't really need it, but I just did that because most people are going to contour that part. Right there, people will use if you feel like you have a thicker chin or a rounder face or a more square face. That is just gonna make your face look more sort of heart-shaped and kind of define your chin a little more. The next step is to highlight. Highlighting can be really, really complicated and frustrating if you have really pale skin, because basically what most people would use as their highlighter is what we use as all-over foundation. Only thing that I've found that works for me is a combination of 3 products. I use this shimmery highlighter that kind of looks like lipstick. I use my concealer, and I use my finishing powder. With our highlighter, right in between, we're gonna go on the bridge of our nose, we're gonna go on our forehead, we're gonna go right under our eyes into a triangle on our cheeks, on the balls of our chin, and then on the very, very tip of our nose. The reason that we highlight. The reason we did that, excuse you, Stormy. The reason we did that pretty much is because that's everywhere that the sun hits, and we want to draw more attention to that. On top of that highlighter, we're going to take our concealer and our concealer brush. I just dab it on there. Go over the places that you just highlighted. We're starting to actually look like we've highlighted. Cool. Blend it in. Now I'm gonna have to be a little bit more brave with this. I'm afraid I'm gonna make myself look like a clown, but I have not been applying enough to let you guys actually see. So I'm really gonna be brave about this blush, which is the next step. Go over the apples of your cheeks and try to blend that into the bronzer. So all that is done. Still feel like a clown, but it's working. It's working. Take your powder brush, take your powder. Blend. I promise you, you are going to be baffled at the amount of makeup that is on your face. Baffled. Be sure to top it off with a translucent finishing powder. What the finishing powder does, it feels really thin, doesn't feel really like you have anything on, doesn't look like you have anything on, but what it's going to do is go over the makeup to sort of give that matte finish, or you can get a shimmery one to get a shimmery finish, just depends on what you like, and it just sets your makeup. It holds everything in, keeps it on longer. And that, my dear friends, is the finished product. Blech. Blech. I really should just go bald. I stuck a little lipstick and mascara and eyeshadow on to sort of bring it together, I still look like I'm half asleep. Jade, I hope this helped. You're probably a lot darker than I am, but if you're not, woo! So that's how you contour your face.